I decided to talk to you guys today about the animals that I haven't talked to you guys about, the ones that I had before I started YouTube, and the ones I had when I first started YouTube, before I started gaining subscribers. So I thought I would go through every single one of the pets I've ever had of my own. Of course, I've had like family dogs and stuff, but of my own, I wanted to go through all of the animals that I've ever had. So the first animal I've ever had, I shared with my twin sister, and when we were like in middle school, we got a little baby bearded dragon from PetSmart, and this was before I knew anything about the bad care of PetSmart because I was young and I didn't know, but he only lived a year, and I don't know what was going on. We fed him properly, we fed him probably more than enough, but he never grew or shed, and I don't know quite what was going on with him, but he only survived a year. And then my senior year of high school, a friend of mine told me that she needed to find a new home for her adult bearded dragon. I was like, I've had a bearded dragon before. I love bearded dragons. So I was like, I'll take your bearded dragon. But he was very adult sized, very large, which was intimidating at first, but I grew to really love him, and he's probably still my dearest pet today. He was my very first real pet and my very first real connection with an animal, and he truly made me feel the love for animals that I have today. And I have a whole video on how he passed away and all that. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it linked down below. The next pet that I had was kind of a combo. I got my two hedgehogs from a friend of mine, and I've had them ever since. I still have them. They're about 5 or 6 years old now, and they last 2 to 5 years in the wild, and they're still living today. And then for my birthday, my boyfriend had got me these two little lizards, and it was an anole and a long-tailed lizard that he got from a friend from work, and they were super cute and not handleable. I don't know if that's a word. I just couldn't hold them, but I love them, and I love taking pictures of them, and they're very photogenic. And then I eventually got a third one to go in that tank, and this was a Bahamian anole. So I had a green anole and a brown anole, and then a long-tailed lizard all in the same tank. And then for the longest time, my boyfriend and I were wanting a dog, so we finally got the courage to get a dog, and we got Mac, my dog that we still have today. He's a pit bull Jack Russell mix, and I adore him very much. And then a friend of mine, oh, this is a backstory, my boyfriend hates this story, but a friend of mine got a chinchilla that she wasn't quite able to have, and I lived on my own in an apartment, so I was like, just keep it at my place for a while, and it never left until I became very allergic to it, to the point where I attracted asthma, so I had to find another home for it, but I loved him. His name was Fez, and he was just super adorable. And then I got my Chinese water dragon at PetSmart when he was this little tiny baby, and at the time I wanted him to be a female, so I named him Ducky and treated him like he was a female. But as he grew up, he was a very prominent male, so I renamed him Riddick, and that's what his name is today. He's grown so much since the first time I got him. He was very little when I first got him. And then we got our beagle puppy Daphne. We got her as a puppy, and that potty training was horrendous. I do not like potty training and will never do it again, but I love her and I wouldn't have it any other way. We got her from a friend of Jacob's from work, which it seems that we get a lot of my pets from people that he works with. And then I was really wanting a leopard gecko, so I looked up on Facebook Marketplace actually, and found a leopard gecko that someone was selling, and I got him for about $10 with all of his belongings, tank, himself, all his things that he needed, heat pad, everything he needed, all for $10 in a combo, and I absolutely adore him. I still have him today. He's grown probably twice the size since the first time I got him, and I absolutely love him. He's so cute. And about this time, my bearded dragon Romeo passed away, so I was really yearning for that bearded dragon look, but I didn't want a bearded dragon because then that would remind me of Romeo, and I didn't want to make that replacement. So I got an emerald swift, which they look exactly like bearded dragons. They're just very small, and they are green at certain times. So I got my emerald swift Juby, which I do still have today. And then my last animal that I have gotten most recently is June, my leopard gecko, who was found on the side of the road that a friend had given to me that I was going to nurse back to health and then rehome, but I ended up keeping her just because she's got some kind of weird thing going on with her legs. I don't know if she's paralyzed or what. I think I've ruled out calcium disorder, but that's really all I can say about her. But I still have her today, and she is making so many improvements, and she is living very happily. So those were all my pets. I know this video was kind of long. Hopefully you sat through it well, but I will see you guys in my video tomorrow. Bye guys.